Coming up, want to speak out against a school board member? Get ready for a potential investigation from the federal government, where one father says his school district's upcoming mask mandate is too little, too late. Plus, a man says last night's standoff in North Fargo isn't what it appears to be. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
Good evening, everyone. Across the nation, school board members and teachers have been dealing with a never-before-seen increase in harassment, intimidation, and threats of violence. Now, as Valley News Team's Aaron Walling reports, the federal government is getting involved.
I think it's extremely important.
As a member of the Fargo School Board, Seth Holden has seen firsthand parents taking their disagreements with the board to the next level.
Your job on the school board is no longer secure. We have enough signatures for the recall for all 4 board members, and we are going to continue.
Now, in a memo sent out by the Department of Justice, acts of harassment, threats of violence, and intimidation efforts towards school board members, teachers, and workers could be investigated by the federal government. The Justice Department is creating a task force between 7 agencies, including the FBI. They're meeting with law enforcement leaders this month to decide where to go from here. Attorney General Merrick Garland said in his letter, threats against public servants are not only illegal, they run counter to our nation's core values.
I fear that if intimidation tactics and threats of violence and things like that continue, we're going to see a lot of good people that could do really good work for school districts across the country not want to step up and serve their communities because of these threats.
While Holden hasn't received any specific threats, he says the atmosphere in Fargo remains tense.
I've seen the increased anger level over COVID-19 mitigation strategy for sure.
But not everyone thinks potential investigations are the solution. Senator John Chovin said in a statement to Valley News Live, parents play a vital role in their child's education. They should be able to advocate before their local school board, consistent with their constitutional rights, and without threat of investigation by the DOJ. In Fargo, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
To read the complete letter by Attorney General Garland, visit valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Fergus Falls elementary students will soon have to mask up. This comes after the superintendent says their current mitigation strategies aren't enough. Superintendent Jeff Drake says 54 students or staff members have tested positive so far, just 3 weeks into the school year. He says that's putting them on pace to have 437 cases this year. Last year, the district had 180 total. Fergus Falls father of 4, Trevor Wall, says he wishes the mandate would have come sooner after 3 out of his 4 kids just tested positive.
I mean, everyone has their own right to feel how they want, but once it starts getting close to home, you start to realize, that things had worked in the past. And there was no reason to really change them.
The superintendent says the mandate won't go into effect until Monday in order to give parents notice. A suspect speaking out tonight claiming Fargo police have it all wrong. Kerry Knutson called our news team this morning claiming he's the man police allege fired a gun inside a North Fargo home last night in the 700 block of 14th Avenue. Fargo police say both the woman and child were inside at the time, but Knutson says that's not true, claiming he never fired a gun and wasn't even in Fargo at the time police say this happened. Knutson claims his ex-wife made a false report as a way to get back at him. We reached out to Fargo police about Knutson's side of the story. They're saying they can't comment, citing the active investigation. We're inching closer and closer to those changes coming in the forecast. Hutch joins us now with a first look. Hutch?
Stacey, thanks so much, and good evening, everyone. We made it through our hump day, and we do have more warm weather to talk about, but right off the bat tonight, we're going to let you know and give you a first alert to some big changes that are going to be taking place late week. Yes, it's for your Friday night. We have declared it a first alert weather day. There's a chance that a few in this area that's dark green here could see some severe or strong thunderstorms. The chance is pretty low, but all threats will be possible. Hail, gusty straight line winds, and an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. The timing will be definitely important to factor as to who sees this strong to severe weather and just how strong it is. But more importantly, this is going to usher in change from Friday night into Saturday. Here's some things that you can expect. Stormy weather as we go through Friday, and a few of the storms could be strong. Saturday, periods of rain, heavy at times with accumulations over an inch possible for some. Then the temps fall, and there's going to be another chance of some rain, and for some out west in Montana, see the blue stuff? That's snow. So wet weather over the next 7 to 10 days and much cooler as well. And significant moisture over an inch for some. Your hour-by-hour forecast details I'll have here in a few moments.
All right. Thanks so much, Hutch. A fire in a remote section of Itasca State Park is forcing evacuations and prompting a major response from firefighters. The Minnesota DNR says crews, including 2 helicopters and an airplane, responded to the fire and are working to keep it from spreading. The fire is covering 9 acres and is roughly 5% contained tonight. Cabins on the north side of the park have been evacuated. The cause is still under investigation. 2 tenants are without a place to live tonight after a fire underneath a trailer home. Crews are still working to determine what started the blaze just after 3 p.m. today at 1212 Monte Carlo Drive North. Both occupants at the home were able to evacuate safely with 3 of their dogs. Fire crews got another dog out of the home safely. The tenants are being assisted by the Red Cross with temporary shelter. Derek Chauvin's request for a public defender in his appeal process has been denied. Last month, he filed an appeal of his conviction for the murder of George Floyd. Today, the Minnesota Supreme Court said the former officer has not shown he can pay for a private attorney and therefore has not established that he's entitled to appointed representation. He can apply again if his financial situation changes. Documents show he's more than $140,000 in debt. 2 real-world studies published today confirm that the immune protection offered by 2 doses of Pfizer's COVID vaccine drops off after 2 months, although protection against severe disease, hospitalization, and death remains strong. These studies are published in the New England Journal of Medicine. One from Israel covered nearly 5,000 healthcare workers and showed antibody levels wane rapidly, especially among men and people over 65. The study indicated that immunity for people who get vaccinated after having a COVID infection lasted longer. President Joe Biden's popularity hits a new low, according to the latest Quinnipiac University poll. It shows his approval rating at 38%, the worst level he's had since taking office. The latest CNN poll has the president's job approval a little better at 45%. The CNN poll takes an average of the 6 most recent national nonpartisan polls on the topic. The Biden administration announced a new billion-dollar investment in at-home rapid COVID testing. The White House says the money will incentivize manufacturers to bring more to market. That's after a separate $2 billion investment in rapid testing last month. The U.S. is now on track to quadruple the amount of at-home tests available by December. At that point, officials expect 200 million rapid tests to hit the shelves every month. Now, this comes as nearly 200,000 at-home coronavirus tests are being recalled. They were giving false positive results. Test maker Ellume says it's recalling dozens of lots that were shipped to retailers like Walmart, CVS, and Target and Amazon between April and August. We're still receiving calls from some DirecTV customers who are having a reception problem with the Channel 11 signal. DirecTV continues to tell us their equipment is not properly receiving our signal. We're working to get the issue fixed. Still ahead tonight, a look ahead at what Mark Zuckerberg is saying in response to the whistleblower.
And we had a beautiful setting sun as we take a look from our Home of Economy camera. Now, we do have changes to talk about. Tomorrow, warm. Friday, the changes begin. It's a first alert weather day. I'll have details in your forecast right after this.